Hey, welcome to Two Blurred Girls. It's Tamika and
And
Tamara,
Tamara.
who isn't showing her face, but she will next time.
Yeah, next
Because we
time you'll see my
both are
face.
supposed to show our faces.
Yeah, you'll
Because
see my face
we're
next time. You're
golden,
just hearing my
beauty,
voice.
beautiful golden girls.
Ah, thank you for being a friend.
Donna, that's all we can say.
Yeah, that's all we
Yeah,
could do.
copyright. But yeah, so we're tonight's show, we're going to review this HBO documentary called Not So Pretty. It came
hmm
out, I think, 2021,
Actually,
not too long ago.
not too long ago because um I had a
Glasses are
spa
pretty good.
event with my beauty counter consultant,
Hmm.
and she mentioned it in our group chat
Mm.
about the documentary.
Whoa.
And she said, you need to check it out because this is a really good thing to watch. Because Beauty Counter gave us a card to tell us to look at the ingredients behind the makeup products that you use or skincare that you use, because the list that we have on the card would specifically will tell you not to get. So she recommend, like, Beauty Counter is like one of those. Like, they give you a list of chemical products. Like, if you can't afford it, they will give you a list of chemical products to avoid from your facial products or your makeup. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a clean beauty product line.
Yeah.
So,
It's a
yeah.
really good thing to do, especially after watching this, because every for me, makeup wise, because I use Beauty Counter for my facial stuff, but makeup wise, I'm gonna take that card with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to look at every single ingredient behind that stuff before I put it on my face or on my lips.
Please do.
Uh-uh. No, 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 no. After watching episode one, I was like, oh no, 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 mm-mm. Oh no, no, no. Mm-mm.
Yes, please do. But
Please.
yeah, it's 2021. Was that when we
Yes.
okay, so 2021 is
Mm-hmm.
docu-series came out. It's 4-part docu-series that dives into the beauty industry, like makeup, hair,
Mm-hmm.
skin, nails. It
All
dives
of it.
into the industry of what they're hiding in their products, in their
Yep.
ingredients, and
Mm-hmm.
how toxic some of those chemicals can be.
Yep. And
And
as a mom,
yeah,
I can understand why. Because one of the items that I was told to avoid was on the very first episode.
yeah, yeah, let's dive into that because we're
Uh,
just doing episode one. I've
yeah.
seen all of them, but I told Tamara to go back and watch
Yeah.
the rest of the episodes because they're really good. But the episode we're going to talk about tonight is, oh gosh, it's no, it's
It's
not
called Makeup. It was called
makeup.
Makeup.
Thank you,
Hmm.
makeup. I knew it was one of them.
Even
Yeah.
though Johnson is not makeup, but that was the title, Makeup.
Yeah, yeah. And after the show, we're gonna drop some links and to the documentary and
Yes, and
also
also,
some articles because
yeah, and
they're
also
all
the
true.
links to on the documentary will tell you what app to put on your phone, just in case you don't have like a beauty counter consultant, or yeah, just beauty counter consultants, because all the other consultants that are not beauty counter, they won't have those cards. But there's an app that you can use to scan to see, like, to search for what is good and what is not.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I recommend, because I have that app on my phone too. So whatever app that Mika told me to download, that's what I did. I typed in that the name and I tried to look at every single ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
Cause man, after watching this, I was like, fuck that shit. And I had those apps on there before I watched this episode. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh my
Did you
god.
want to get into what you thought about episode one?
Well, it's pretty scary for me, especially as a millennial, because like when we were growing up, well, you probably never shopped there, but I did. But growing up, I used to shop at freaking Claire's. I got my lip gloss from there. I got my makeup from there. I even got my freaking nail polish from there. I got pretty much everything from there, even through college. But now I don't go there anymore because I'm like, even though they have like squishmallows in there, and I'm tempted to go in there and grab one, but I don't shop there anymore.
Hmm.
But I stopped shopping at Claire's since 2005, I believe. Yeah, I stopped shopping there in 2005. But after watching this episode, it kind of freaks me out because they basically is talking. I think it's tackle or something like that.
Yeah, talk.
uh,
Yeah,
Talk. Yeah, there
talk.
you go. Talk.
TALC. Yeah.
Yeah, like because this talk powder has been in makeup since the early ages, since our grandparents were kids, you know. And so they first talked about Johnson and the baby powder. And pretty much back in the day, that's all they advertised was the baby powder. They said use this on your baby. Doctors recommend this on your babies. And the sad part is there's a doctor on this documentary was one of those doctors that recommended that on the babies because it was used on him. He used it on his kids, and I don't know if his kids use it on their I don't know all that stuff, but I don't think his kids use that on his you know on his grandchildren because after what happened with him.
Mm-hmm.
But technically, Johnson had that Pacific product in it. And then all of a sudden, when they found out that it had it in there, then they was like, "Oh, we don't have it in there anymore." And it was like, "Oh, okay, so it's safe again for babies." In 1976, oh, it's safe again. And then all of a sudden, come to find out, it was a lie.
Mm-hmm.
They still have it in there,
Mm-hmm.
but they say we didn't have it. It's because they had like a freaking microscope that wasn't big enough to see it. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And I felt so bad for the guy because he used baby powder and then all of a sudden he had mesothelioma, I think that's what
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
And he
Mesothelioma.
got that from talk talk because talk is basically asbestos. And remember what happened 9/11,
Mm-hmm.
the what like people all of a sudden got mesothelioma because they
Mm-hmm.
inhale talk.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, like, it's just like, oh my gosh. So the same ingredient that would those buildings went down and people inhaled all that stuff is in the baby powder.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
still in the baby powder.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's still
Yeah.
in there.
Well,
It's in the baby
in
powder. It's in the
yeah.
make. Oh my god.
Yeah, in 2019, they said they removed the
No,
talc or
they didn't.
asbestos, which
They
nobody should
no
believe them.
no
But
don't.
for decades, like you were saying, our
Mm-mm.
moms used Johnson and Johnson baby powder,
Yeah.
and like, uh, yeah, it's like you use it on your body, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you use it on your hands
Yeah.
or in your shoe for scents,
Yeah. Like you put
and
like
you're
some
and
women
it's
back in the day put it down there.
yeah, and
But
it's absorbing in your skin. Talc, which is like a another form of asbestos.
yeah.
Asbestos is a would be like a chemical substance or something that's found in these old buildings.
Uh-huh.
Um, and like you were saying in 9/11, once the buildings fell down,
Yeah, because a lot of
by
people
the terrorists, they didn't
yeah.
just magically fall. The terrorists knocked them down,
Yeah,
but
because the thing is like you wouldn't know that was in that building if that didn't happen. But
Mhm.
all the people who survived and got out of it and they was trying to run away when the buildings were falling, they all inhaled asbestos.
Mhm.
They all inhaled it. Firefighters, paramedics, survivors, other people, and then all of a sudden I read somewhere that a lady who survived by getting out of the tower had mesothelioma
Mm.
because of what she inhaled
Mm. Yeah.
in the
That.
in the sky, in the air, from the air. So it's just
Mhm.
like you just like oh like you just sit here and be like, "Oh my gosh."
Mhm.
And what's worse is not only is it in baby powder, it's in your makeup.
Mhm.
It's in Avon. It's in
Mhm.
Clinique, I think
Oh
that's
yeah.
called.
Mhm.
It's in Dior. It's
Mhm.
in all these other products that they shared. And this poor woman had mesothelioma, but they removed it. But they said you don't know if it's gonna come back.
Yeah, she's 26 and she has
Yeah,
mesothelioma, which is a
because
cancer. Like with asbestos, you breathe in this chemical substance,
mm-hmm,
and once you breathe it in, it goes to your lungs. And I
mm-hmm,
think with mesothelioma, um, smokers get it or other
yep,
people like that, and smokers are asbestos.
yep,
So she wasn't feeling well. She
mm-mm,
used makeup for decades, and
mm-hmm.
she said her intestines started to feel like they were turning.
Oh,
And her mom said, "Okay, it's time for you to go to the doctor." And the doctor had to do a pathology, and
mm-hmm,
then it came back mesothelioma.
mm-hmm,
And she was saying, "But I never smoked, and I
mm-hmm,
haven't been around asbestos." And like I
mm-hmm,
said, they tested the makeup and also the makeup in Claire's, the one for the
mm-hmm.
kids. They tested that and they found significant traces of asbestos in those makeups.
But
Now you may wonder, how did this get past the FDA and all these other people? But we
because
learned,
FDA doesn't even look at it. Even
yeah,
my beauty counter person said they don't look at it. But the thing is that there's stuff in here that will kill people.
hmm
Why won't you look at it? Is it because it's not food? Then what's the point of you?
yeah, because the FDA that I learned in this documentary, they don't really have power. They don't push their power enough with the makeup companies.
No.
And even if you take the makeup companies to court, like some of the people have done in this documentary,
Oh
they have
Lord.
$1 trillion lawyers who flip
Mm-hmm.
the script around, and they can
Mm-hmm.
tie you in court all
Mm-hmm.
day long or pay you off.
Or
And they
file for
can,
bankruptcy.
yeah, they can make themselves the victims or
Mm-hmm.
file for bankruptcy, like you were saying, or have false companies to take the fall. Like
Mm-hmm.
they have tricks up their
Mm-hmm.
sleeves. So
But
and there is a bill that people want to push. I'll try to find the link for that bill.
I say push it because
Some
like
beauty bill so there can be more transparency in these beauty ingredients.
yeah, because the thing is that there and it's like so many people who are not smokers who
Mhm.
feel like they never been around asbestos. It's like they'd be like, but how do I get mesothelioma? It's because it's in your product. And you
Mhm.
don't realize it's in your product. You don't know if it's in your food. You don't know if it's in your body wash. You don't know if it's in your nail polish. You don't know if it's in your eyeshadow. You don't even
Mhm.
know where it is in there unless you look at the ingredients and see if it says, is it talc? I think I keep missing.
Yeah, yeah, something like that. Talk,
But talk
talk.
or something like that.
Yeah.
If you see that and it says non asbestos, don't get it.
Mhm.
Just be like, and just skip over and go somewhere else.
Mhm.
Find something else. Like,
Mhm.
read the ingredients, please. Like,
Mhm.
read it now because it is serious. Because this
Mhm.
freaked me out. I'm like, well, damn. My mom used Johnson and Johnson on me. I
Mhm.
shopped at freaking Claire's.
Mhm.
I even used Avon.
Mhm.
What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I'm freaking scared. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, and I used those products too as a kid. Just in middle school, you want to impress your friends, and all the girls are
yeah.
wearing makeup, so you wear makeup. And I used to put makeup on, and I know my skin would react, and I would
Yeah.
get these patches and
Yeah.
blotches on my face, and that's the reason why I can't really wear makeup now. Even Clinique,
Mm-hmm.
like yeah, well, let's try Clinique because they said that they're a clean product and they're help with
Bullshit.
your face. And I
Outdoor, that's
had
all.
huge patches on my
Mm-hmm.
face with Clinique.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, my skin reacts quickly to anything that's harmful,
But
so I
what's
can't
sad
really use
about
too much.
Clinique is that it was one of the items in the documentary
Hmm.
that it had asbestos in it.
Yeah.
But they're clean. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because even at Target, like they have their label. The label they have at Target that says safe and clean.
Mm-hmm.
And I use that app. I think it's called EWG, but we'll put the links in our video. I
Mm-hmm.
used that app for one of the products, and it had alerts on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, but this has the Target standard of safe, clean beauty.
Mm.
So even that you can't really trust.
Yeah, whatever. I feel like anything that says clean, safe, beauty, still double check.
Hmm.
Even if it says vegan,
Hmm.
still
Yeah. Oh yeah.
check. Like, still check because they will be sneaky to add these ingredients. They will be very sneaky to add it and just say, "Oh, we don't got it." Yeah, you do. I don't believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. So just be extra careful, people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking like this is because I'm freaking out. I'm cutting Mika out like unusually because I'm freaking out. I'm like literally freaking out.
Oh god, yeah. I've been freaked out, and the documentary made me freak out even more. You
Exactly.
know,
And it's like it's like you like, bruh, what the fuck is this?
yeah, it's like you can't trust anything. Like even the
No, you
companies
can't.
that said they're clean and safe, you have to run them through the app or look at their ingredients and see
Yeah,
what
it's
you're
like
allergic to.
clean, safe. We're vegan free. I'm
Yep.
like, bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
No.
like, don't get me wrong. I It's like I'm not gonna say all vegan products are bad, but even sometimes those you have to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
Because like speaking of reading ingredients, I have to do that for my husband
Mm.
because he has sodium phosphate intolerance.
Mm.
Him and my mother in law cannot have sodium phosphate. My mother in law literally told me even vegan products will have sodium phosphate in them. So you
Mm.
just can't pick up an item that says vegan
Mm-hmm.
because once you pick it up and all of a sudden he'll be like, "Oh baby, I don't feel too good. I need to go lay down. I have a big headache." And then all of a sudden we read the ingredient, sodium phosphate. So,
Mm.
yeah, it's just like sometimes even anything, check the labels. Check the labels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Vegan or not, check
Mm-hmm.
the labels.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I had what do you call it, allergy tests. So I went to
Mm-hmm.
the dermatologist a couple of years ago, and I had this list because I knew it was nickel that I was
Mm-hmm.
allergic to, and then there was something else. Which I can't really, it's a long word, but that's found in like makeup, and it was telling me it was in all these other products, and I was like, oh crap, okay. So I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Uh, like only thing we can say is a check of the ingredients.
Yes, please do.
Yeah, please do. Like if you watch the documentary, you would be like, "Oh shit, I'm checking the ingredients for real." And download that apps.
Yeah, because some of it, um, some products it told me to avoid was like certain Revlon products, um, Oil of Olay,
Mhm.
CoverGirl,
Yep.
Noxzema,
Yep.
Old Spice. Like it
Mhm.
has certain amount of whatever this word is
Mhm.
within these products that I'm allergic to.
Man,
And these are
it's
products you trust too, because you've been with them for a long time, and like Johnson and Johnson, they pride themselves on being a family company, you know,
mhm.
and with baby powder, like they were saying in the documentary, baby powder, you look at it and you think this is pure substance, you know,
Mhm.
and it makes you feel safe. And I think, you know, even in the 70s, coming into the 80s, they tried to do like cornstarch to replace the talc, and that didn't sell too well. So they went back to putting talc into the baby powder. And it
Mhm.
wasn't really discovered again until maybe like late mid 2000s, I'm
Mhm.
assuming.
Mhm.
And now it's really rolling that people are starting to pay attention. And
Yeah.
I was looking at this article. Um, I think one of the Nickelodeon stars, JoJo Siwa, she had a makeup line in Claire's,
Mhm.
and they pulled her makeup line, like recalled it
They
because of
did.
the asbestos and all that other
N-
stuff.
there
So
was
she
asbestos
said,
in her products.
yeah. So she said she didn't know, and she feel betrayed. Da da da.
Oh shit.
So yeah, just parents just look out for basically any Claire's
Everything.
makeup. No more Claire's makeup for the kids. That's
Yeah.
basically all I have to say.
Yeah. Just yeah. No more Claire's makeup.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah, because
Oh.
there's a mom in the documentary, and she was working on like she was a lawyer for asbestos cases, and her daughter was using the Claire's makeup, and
Mhm.
her daughter just randomly asked, "Could there be asbestos in my makeup?" And she
Mhm.
just laughed it off, and then she thought about it, and she sent it to her friend of scientists. I forgot what their name is, but he tested on the microscope and found significant trace products of asbestos
Mm.
under the microscope in his makeup. And then other friends started sending him makeup kits from Claire's, Avon, etc. And he found the same thing, you know. And what
Mhm.
got me was the mother said that she would look at her daughter, pardon me, and her daughter would, you know, how you just kind of blow into the makeup.
Mhm.
Her daughter did that, and she noticed there was a white substance that filled the air, but she didn't really think too much of it. But that was
Mm.
asbestos, and her
Wow.
daughter was just blowing in the air.
Wow. Yeah, now, like now I'm sitting here looking at. I'm gonna go on that app that I downloaded that you gave me. I have to look for it because I have it in a folder on my phone because I don't have it. Um, like iPhone users, we are able to put our stuff in a folder or
Mm,
whatever. So I don't have it on my main page. I got other apps on there, so I gotta find it. So
mhm,
I'm kind of like want to sit here and go through all the makeup products because I use ColourPop
mm,
for my eyeshadow,
mm,
and I got this Animal Crossing. Uh, okay, you guys already know I like playing video games, and I just started playing Animal Crossing again. Um, but I got the Animal Crossing palette, so now I'm just sitting here wanting to go through and see if ColourPop is on the list.
well, when you put it on, do you have a reaction or anything?
Um, Not really.
Mhm,
I really don't have a reaction. I'm just freaking out even more because I put it on my daughter's eyes tonight.
mhm,
Because I
mhm.
went to my nephew's birthday dinner. He just turned 21,
Oh, okay,
and
cool.
uh my daughter was watching me putting on makeup, and she
Mhm.
wanted, because she watched it on a YouTube channel,
Mhm.
and she's like, makeup, and she used her crayons sometimes to try to put makeup on herself, or she will try to draw on her dolls. I'm like, oh gosh. So I'm like, okay, she's interested in makeup. I wasn't gonna put it on her face until she actually does it, but she does it. And I put it on her eyes, and look, she really looks cute. So after watching that documentary, I'm just sitting here, it's like, oh shit.
Mhm. Yep.
Oh man. I'm like, oh gosh, gotta find it.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, it's just sad, how
Yeah.
the effects this has and how these companies aren't regulated, but in Europe they are regulated and they are held
Exactly.
to a higher standard in
Yep.
Europe. But in America, they mostly regulate the food and drug,
Mm-hmm.
the FDA. They mostly regulate that. But the beauty products and the beauty industry, they have no regulations
Mm-mm.
and they don't have to disclose what's really in their products.
Uh-huh.
And then there's all these big words, and people don't really look at that. They don't know what it means in layman's terms. Like,
No,
what does this mean? Mm,
because it's too scientific. It's like people are not that, like, you know, we educated, but we're not like highly like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So it's just like, because that's what my consultant told me, that about the FDA, because she said the same thing. Like in Europe, they have rules and regulations about certain things that goes in your beauty products, you know, and she said that, but she said the same thing. We don't have it here
Mm,
in America. It's not that strict, but in
mm,
other countries, it's strict. You cannot put these type of ingredients in your products because this is wrong and this is dangerous for people.
yeah.
And we don't even have that in ours.
No, no. And FDA said they really can't. I don't know. It's not a law, so they can't legally tell people not to do this. They can
Yeah,
they can
they even
ask
said
you,
that.
can you not do this? Can you pull your stuff off the shelf? Can you
Right,
do this? So
because
there's no law in place in Congress that says we have to disclose all our ingredients in these beauty products.
right, they even said that on the stand.
Hmm.
Oops, I misspelled color pop.
Yeah,
And
the other ones I saw though, Tamara, I know they did nails, and it was
yes.
similar to what you were talking about. They were talking about how there's these ingredients in nail polish, and it's the same thing. They're not regulated as well.
Mhm.
And hair, the same
Mhm.
thing. Skincare, which I think is your consultant was getting at too.
Yeah.
One lady, she was a doctor, and I forgot what skin product her husband was using, but it contributed to his low sperm count,
Oh
where they
damn.
couldn't really have. It took a while for them to have a kid. They had to go through in vitro multiple times before they can have a child.
Ah damn.
So yeah, these products, they're really serious, and they
Yeah.
they affect our health and long term effects. So we really have to be vigilant
Yeah,
with
but
every.
now I'm wondering, like personally, now I'm wondering if some of this stuff gave me, like, sometimes you got to figure out, like, how did you get something, like, how did you get this certain issue, all of a sudden, because now it makes me wonder, is this the reason why I have PCOS? You know what
Mm,
I'm saying?
hmm. Yeah.
Because it's like I had issues by having my baby girl,
Hmm.
and because I lost two babies, one from an ex. Wait, thank goodness I didn't have that one, and one from my husband.
Hmm.
But with the one with my husband, I was taking Clomid, you know, but my what you call it, my progesterone levels were low. So sometimes I'm sitting here wondering if this is the reason why I have PCOS. Is this like, it makes you wonder
Mhm.
if this is affecting my fertility issue, because it's just like, okay, why can't I have a kid by myself? Like, what's going on? So some things that makes you wonder. And another thing that caught my eye, and I kind of figured that they was gonna say this because guess what they tested on back in the day? Johnson.
Oh,
This is about Johnson
yes.
and Johnson.
Uh-huh.
This is
Yeah.
with Johnson and Johnson. Now, I kind of figured that this will happen
Mhm.
because it happens all the time back in the day.
Mhm.
Every single black person is always tested.
Mhm.
Always. We were tested first with the syphilis stuff.
Mhm.
We was like everything. Johnson and Johnson back in the day tested black men by using this specific ingredient.
Mhm.
That makes you want, And they also advertise Johnson and Johnson in the black and brown communities. That's the reason why my grandmother always used Johnson and Johnson. Whatever she does, she will use it down below. And when I say down
Mhm.
below in
Yeah,
her
yeah.
underwear,
Yeah, it's fine.
she will
Yeah.
use it in her, like you said, in her shoes. She
Mhm.
would use it everywhere. Even my
Everywhere.
mom used it. Like
Everywhere.
everywhere. So I'm just like, well, damn.
Mhm.
But I know that it's not just black people that use it. I know that white people use it too.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying, like, specifically, they were advertising more of it in the black communities.
Yeah. Yeah,
And we
and
did not know
we didn't
that
know.
that ingredient, even after 1976, that they said that they took it out, black people did not know that
Mhm.
it was still in there.
No. No. No, yeah, it was in 1970s, the Philadelphia prison that
Oh
they
gosh,
tested. I
always
believe it was
Philly.
talk,
Yeah, it
but
was
I'm
talk.
not sure
They tested
on
talk. It was talk. Talk
yeah,
was the main word in
black
this episode.
prisoners. Yeah, to
Yeah.
see the reaction it would have on the skin. And
Mhm.
years later, those prisoners, decades later, prisoners had cancer and they wanted to sue, but you know what happens with that? $1 trillion lawyers, and then they said the statutes of limitations were passed, so you can't really sue.
Right. So, man,
Mm, mm, mm.
it makes you wonder.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you said, they targeted the black community, brown community, obese women. Like
Mhm.
Johnson and Johnson was basically just targeting specific people, and these basically we were all test subjects for
Mhm.
Johnson and Johnson.
Mhm. And
Mhm.
what even the sad part is that Johnson and Johnson is lying to the people, not realizing that you got this young generation, not just millennials, Generation Z. They're super smart. When they want to be like they want to be safe for the human people, they're gonna be extra safe. They're gonna look at everything.
Mhm.
And Kaylin's generation is right behind them. So I don't know if her generation is gonna be even worse. This younger generation don't play.
Mm-mm. No, no, and that is one good thing I like about the generation after us. They do pay attention.
Yeah.
Um,
But sometimes they pay
Sometimes
attention at
to
the
their
wrong, yeah.
detriment, but
They
they do
pay
pay
attention to the
attention.
wrong things sometimes,
Hmm.
but they pay attention.
Yeah, 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 and they're fighting for climate control, environmental issues, stuff like that, which I think some of this stuff could fall into in a sense. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm just so upset, and I know that there's a big controversy with uh, the the shot, the jab, or whatever we can say on the air.
Right.
But it does make me wonder because I didn't take the J&J jab or stab or whatever you want to call it, politically correct terms. But with all this coming out, it makes people wonder,
Uh-huh.
Should I even take that J&J thing? You don't
But
even
it's
hear
not
about it
just
no more.
but it's not just J and J, but it's pretty much all of them,
Yeah.
because everybody has a different reaction when every single thing. Because
Mhm.
even I freaked out about Pfizer. I
Mhm.
freaked out about I just it was just Pfizer. I freaked out. I specifically told my mom, "You're never going to get Pfizer. You're not going to get Pfizer." But sadly, that was the only thing that she had to get. Girl, I was freaking out. But
Mm.
she's fine.
Mhm.
She's in her room right now and she's fine.
Yeah.
But me, I have the other one because I refuse to do Pfizer. And plus, my husband can't do Pfizer at all because remember what I said earlier. My
Mhm.
husband's allergic to sodium phosphate. Can you imagine if Pfizer was the only thing out there? He
Mhm.
cannot take that because it has sodium phosphate in it.
Mhm.
So it's just like you have to be extra careful. And this is the reason why you have to read all of the ingredients,
Yeah.
regardless if it's vaccines, regardless if it's makeup, regardless if it's polish. Read the ingredients, people.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, because there was a hair product too that was targeted specifically to girls with curly hair. And it was like this
Oh,
curly hair product,
don't say that.
which I forgot the name of.
Uh-huh.
But you know, the influencer and everybody started to use it. I think it was in the mid 2000s or late 2000 ish. And women's hair started falling out. And they would get like these. Some women complained they had like these patches or stuff like that, and they
Oh
started to
my
feel really
gosh.
sick. And and it's the same scenario,
The
like
fuck?
they tell them, oh, we test our products, blah, blah, blah.
You lie.
We'll look back into it. And then they just put it back out and say new and approved, you know.
You know what's funny? Okay, you remember the Princess Bride,
Yes.
that scene when the witch came out of her house and said liar. that's
Yes.
that that that's how I feel.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's literally how I feel right now.
Yeah. Yeah. They be targeting natural hair women too. So I
Yeah.
know there's a controversy with the perm versus natural hair, but
Yep.
look out for the natural hair products as well.
Yep. All of them.
All of them. Well, you
Regardless of,
already know what you get with the perm. You just
yeah,
hope that it don't kill you quickly.
exactly. It's just like it's regardless of what product it is. You like if you have those apps, like they're gonna like Mika's gonna add a description, and they're also gonna have an app in the series as well.
You
The
can get
app
a
in
QR
that
code.
series will tell you what what is what. So I need to go back and watch it again so I can get that app,
Hmm.
because it's like you can go to the store and scan those items and get the ingredients on there so you can see what is in that item.
Hmm.
So you can't just pick and choose on what to get. I There's even sunscreen for me. I even
Oh
have to
yeah.
look at ingredients in sunscreen
Hmm.
because I'm allergic to benzoyl sulfate. I can't even
Mm.
wear that.
Mm.
So I'm basically wearing baby sunscreen.
Hmm.
And I
Wow.
gotta stay away from my if like I like sometimes when I go to the beach with my husband or my in-laws, some like my in-laws have to wear their sunscreen, but I gotta stay away from them because their sunscreen have that ingredient that I'm allergic to.
Mm.
But my husband, myself, and Kaylin, we're wearing the stuff that I can wear.
Mm. Wow.
So yeah, it's good to have all that stuff on you.
Mm. 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 Oh, yeah. Yeah. Also, the ingredients that will say fragrance or parfum.
Boom.
Look out for that too. I think
Yep.
that was that fertility thing. But just go back and look at those episodes too, Tamara.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
Because this documentary got me wondering.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's like you just sit there, like you'd be like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Yeah, because like I already use like the free and clear detergents, because I can't really use the regular detergents. So I
Right.
use this app and I looked up the detergents I was using and I was like, well, they lied to me. That's why I've been itching so much.
Mm-hmm.
The free
Free
and
and clear,
clear is
right?
not
Free and
free and
clear,
clear.
right?
Yeah. I'm like, crap. And I got to get my detergent, like the high end stuff with like
Mm-hmm.
essential oils in it and stuff. I'm like, I hope this cleans my clothes because
Mm-hmm.
I was using free and clear all for years. And then
But
I had to switch to free and clear. I don't know, Tide, free and clear, Downy, free and whatever. All that
mm-hmm.
stuff doesn't work.
But you
Nothing's
still got
free
a
and clear.
reaction from it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, and I know it says it's free of dyes and phosphates and all this other stuff, but it's
A
not.
lie.
Yeah.
Again, that witch coming out of her cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Liar!
Yeah. Yeah. It may not say dyes, but there's another scientific name for it. All those names, they pretty
Mm-hmm.
much mean the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah, these companies are basically trying to kill us.
Basically. But of course, FDA doesn't have anything else to do.
Mm-mm. No, no, they say their hands are tied because it's not against the law because there is no law to
Mm-mm.
regulate these companies.
But even if you try to put out there a law, guess what's gonna happen?
Yeah, yeah, and you don't have enough backing for the law, it won't do anything, and it'll
Yeah.
be easy for their $1 trillion lawyers for these companies to shut you down. The
Mm-hmm.
people have to come together and say we want this law passed.
Mm-hmm. But even if you get the people to come together, it's still gonna happen. I
Mm-hmm.
hate to be
Oh
the
yeah,
person who's the negative Nancy, but I
there
know
you go.
how it is sometimes. And I'm being conspiracy theorist. You always got to think about it. You have blue and red; those are the only two you got to worry about. If someone special is in the White House, blue would be like, "Yeah, let's vote for it." If someone red in the White House would be like, "Yeah, let's." Just saying, it's gonna be thrown out regardless. It ain't
Mm-hmm.
for us. That's all I can say.
But I would still push for the law to be passed. So at
You
least
can
they
push all
know.
much as you want to.
So
They
at least
don't
they
give
know
a
that
fuck.
this
What
is
does
this is a
what did
law.
Michael say? What did Michael say? What did
But
Michael
I'm
say?
saying so at least they know this is the FDA can say this is a law now. I
Um,
know that they're not gonna necessarily do anything unless you
mm-hmm.
make that law a little bit or a lot more stricter.
Mm, I'm
But
sorry. I'm being petty to them. You know
but
how I am, Mika. After watching this, I'm worse.
oh gosh. I didn't know it could get any worse. Already Tamara X.
I'm just saying.
Just say we ain't using nothing but water.
Yeah, that is all I'm using. Fuck makeup. I'm just kidding. Oh, but for nail polish, now I want to watch the episode about nail polish because I'm wearing what's the name of it? Color Street right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Yeah. I
now
think
it makes me,
it was mostly like people like me to get their nails done and then you just hope that you don't get anything.
oh girl,
and
cause girl, I was so
and I keep my
scared.
mask on now, more so
Yeah,
in the nail place because I'm like, it's
yeah.
chemicals everywhere.
I I even heard that a long time ago
Mm-hmm.
because when even when I got my nails done, I still wasn't wearing a mask at the time. But sometimes I'm sitting here, I was like, why are they wearing their mask?
Mm-hmm.
And then they came out the reason why they wear masks.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's in the air, all those
Yeah.
chemicals and everything. And then when they eat, it's in their food too.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess when they offer you something to drink, just be like, that's okay. or have bottled water. You can take the bottled water,
Mhm.
but make sure you put a cap on it.
Exactly. Like, man, it's crazy.
Yeah, and there's no proper ventilation either. Like, I know for them, they don't really have too much protection. They need lots of proper ventilation in there too. That'll help some of those chemical particles to get out of the air.
Mhm.
But anyway, that's just that show. Oh
Oh
gosh.
man.
But
Eh,
anything else you wanna that struck you?
Um, I'm just sitting here wondering how that doctor is, well, former retired doctor is like right now because he's still
Yeah,
going through chemo.
yeah. Mm, mm, mm.
So it's just like I just feel so sad for them.
Yeah, and it's tricky too if you have a family history of it. You
Mhm.
can't really you can't really lean to like, oh, Johnson and Johnson did this. But
Right.
then you like got a family history of it, so it's kind of even more tricky. Like, where did I get this cancer from?
Mhm. So you just want to scream.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, yeah. But yeah, any final thoughts? It's our quick show tonight.
Fuck Johnson and Johnson.
All right, very good. Lawyers don't come after us.
Please don't. I'm just saying. I'm just mad after watching this
Oh
documentary.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I would be
It's just
mad
like
too.
I just feel like you guys are still lying to us, saying that
Oh
you
yeah,
don't have it in there, but you still do.
yeah.
And I don't like liars.
Mm-mm. No, they still have it in there. They don't care. They do not care. They're just trying to make their $1 trillion company. And they
Mm-hmm.
say S.E. Johnson, a family company. Mm, mm, mm.
Okay.
My final thoughts are to just um, go to a dermatologist if you can and get tested to see what specifically you're allergic to. And
Mm-hmm.
you can start from there as well, or you can download these apps that we're gonna put the description up in later on when the video is uploaded. Um, gosh, just look at the ingredients of everything. Monitor how you feel. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you notice you just aren't feeling well, and just test it out. Like maybe forego this lotion for a day or two, and if you feel better and you notice that, then just get rid of the lotion, whatever
Mm-hmm.
product it is that's making you sick for no reason. So
Mm-hmm.
be sure to monitor that and look at all the products and ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much all I have to say.
I think that's all we have to say.
Yeah. But you know what? You can follow us on Facebook at Two Blurred Girls Podcast. Um, do your part to stand with the people of Ukraine. Hashtag stand with Ukraine. You can follow us on Instagram at Two Blurred Girls underscore podcast. Of course, you can subscribe to our show on YouTube, Two Blurred Girls Podcast. You can follow us on Twitch as well. We have a couple of our videos up on Twitch. Thank you to the people that follow us there at Two Blurred Girls Podcast. Not only do we have just our video channels, we also have our audio podcast on Google, and we're also on iHeartRadio. We are on Anchor Podcast, and we're also on Goodpods, which Goodpods is like social media for podcasters. You can also find us on Amazon Music, and it won't let me do the rest of them. But we are
Why
on
they
Audible.
Oh, you can't add rest of them. Okay.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, I guess it gives you a limit, but we are on Audible and many other platforms as well.
Mm-hmm.
So be sure to check that out. And also, so last show we had major audio issues,
Oh
and it was a
yeah.
really good show. At some point down the line or soon, I want to do that show again.
Oops, sorry, baby.
And make sure because it was a really good show.
What show was it?
Also, one we did on are Egyptians black or
Are
white?
you serious?
Yeah, yeah, major audio issues.
Oh no.
Hey, baby K.
Say hi.
Hey, baby K.
And she just took her daddy's stuffed animal.
All right, sounds good.
Look,
Well,
it's daddy.
Daddy,
It's daddy.
it's Daddy's. What you doing with it?
It's daddy
Well,
rose.
why you got it if it's his?
Why you have it?
Why you got it?
Yeah, are you sure?
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Yeah, I am sure. Didn't you say it was your daddy's?
She is something else. Are you done crying for the night? No. She's silent. Nope, she's not done.
Oh boy. Well, thanks for
Alright.
watching. And tune
It's
in next
grandma
Friday.
note.
Hey, John. Thanks
Oh,
for
he's in the
coming.
bathroom. That's why she's with me.
It's
Hey, John. Thanks for thanks for being on our show. Be sure
this
to
is my
be sure.
daddy. This is daddy.
Oh, for real?
Mimi,
Oh,
I
be
the
sure.
bathroom.
Well, I don't know what this show is about. I want to say hi, and I'm not in the bathroom. Got it. Thanks, John.
Oh, that John. I thought you was talking about John Henry.
No, John. Oh goodness.
Girl,
John,
I need to
John,
know that John
just
like
go back.
I
Just go
cannot
back
open my
over.
glasses that
We
I
say
can't
John
see.
Henry. We don't say John. You should know this.
I know, but like I thought you heard like KK in here, and I thought
John, go back through the show and
Okay,
you'll
you can
see
go to
what
your
we're
daddy
talking
now.
about. We're mostly just talking about the harmful products in beauty, uh, beauty industry,
Mm-hmm.
chemicals and all the other stuff. So anyway, catch us next Friday for another new show. See you next time.
Bye.